Hello, everyone, and welcome to this episode of Ignition Time. Now that we have new information about the American Jobs Plan, the $2.25 trillion plan, the infrastructure plan from President Biden, the question is this plan going to be the biggest economic blunder of our lifetime? Folks, pretty incredible feedback already emerging from different sources. Let's start with this article on your screen from Bloomberg. President Biden pitches a $2.25 trillion plan to bring everyone along. The president already outlined his plan in Pittsburgh, and Republicans are already opposing the plan to increase taxes as a way to pay for this infrastructure spending. Let's start with an important comment from President Biden where he says no one making under $400,000 a year will pay more in federal income taxes, period. Let's roll the tape and hear from President Biden.
4 years ago, as I said, the Congress passed a tax cut of $2 trillion, increasing the national debt $2 trillion. It didn't meet virtually any of the predictions it would in terms of growing the economy. Overwhelmingly, the benefits of that tax package went to the wealthiest Americans. It even included new investments that would profit by shifting profits and jobs overseas if you're a corporation. It was bad for American competitiveness, deeply unfair to the middle-class families, and wrong for our future. So here's what I do. I start with one rule. No one, we say it again, no one making under $400,000 will see their federal taxes go up, period. This is not about penalizing anyone. I have nothing against millionaires and billionaires. I believe American capitalism. I want everyone to do well. But here's the deal. Right now, a middle-class couple, a firefighter and a teacher, with 2 kids making a combined salary of, say, $110,000, $120,000 a year, pays 22 cents for each additional dollar they earn in federal income tax. But a multinational corporation that builds a factory abroad, brings it home and sells it, they pay nothing at all. We're going to raise the corporate tax. It was 35%, which is too high. We all agreed 5 years ago it should go down to 28%, but they reduced it to 21%. We're going to raise it back to up to 28%. No one should be able to complain about that. It's still lower than what that rate was between World War II and 2017. Just doing that one thing will generate $1 trillion in additional revenue over 15 years.
Now, even though President Biden said that, Congressman Kevin Brady from Texas is extremely upset, and that hasn't stopped him from sounding alarm bells about this, along with the Fox News host Maria Bartiromo. In this interesting segment, Kevin Brady talks about, I quote, the sugar high from the stimulus. He talks about the tax increases, sabotaging recovery. Yep, you heard that right, sabotaging recovery. And he calls this the biggest economic blunder of our lifetime. Let me know in the comment section below whether you agree that this is the biggest economic blunder of our lifetime. Let's roll the tape and check out comments from Congressman Kevin Brady. Let's check it out.
The tax increases that are coming include raising the corporate tax rate from 21 to 28%, imposing a new 21% global minimum tax on multinational corporations, instituting a ban on claiming tax haven countries as residences, and denying deductions for offshoring jobs. Joining me right now is Texas Congressman and House Ways and Means Committee ranking member Kevin Brady. Congressman, it's great to see you this morning. Thanks very much for being here. Republicans on your committee are against this bill, and I want to ask you why. But let me just say that in about 45 seconds, we're going to get the ADP report, and that's going to show us the economy that we are in right now. We're expecting good numbers on jobs, so I will interrupt you once that number comes out to get the actual details. But give me your first thought on this tax increase that is coming.
Yeah, so Maria, clearly smart investment in infrastructure over time will boost economic growth. But if you impose at the same time $2 trillion of tax increases on America's job creators, you actually have a net loss of economic growth in this bill. No president has ever raised business taxes trying to rebuild an economy from an economic crisis. I think at the end of the day, this will be the biggest economic blunder, frankly, of our lifetimes.
Okay, and you were one of the main architects of the Tax and Jobs Act, which President Trump signed into law in 2017. That was a big victory, and it did move the needle on the economy. And we have here an economy that is looking strong. Right now, we're getting the ADP number, and it is going to show more increases in jobs. Let's get those numbers right away. Cheryl Casoni with the numbers. Cheryl.
It is, Maria. So we're not quite hitting the estimate, but close to it. And the market's not really reacting much. We were looking for an estimate of 550,000 jobs for ADP. We came in with a gain of 517,000 jobs. But remember, this is a big boost over what we had for February, which was a very weak number of 117,000 jobs created for February. And we're looking for any revisions, and I don't see them yet. I also want to say real quick here, we did get an estimate update on the March jobs report for Friday, a slight increase. We're looking for 650,000 non-farm payrolls coming in with a 6% unemployment rate for Friday, and that would be stronger than February. So we're going in the right direction, Maria. Back to you.
All right, Cheryl, thank you so much. I'm talking with Congressman Kevin Brady this morning, and he is the ranking member on House Ways and Means Committee. And Kevin, you see these numbers, 517,000 new jobs created in the month of March, according to ADP. The economy continues to strengthen as a result, partly from the policy that you created, the tax cut plan. We're going to see that go away when we get this announcement from President Biden today.
Yeah, there's no question. Look, President Biden inherited a strong economic recovery in vaccines from President Trump. The two go hand in hand. There is some sugar high from the stimulus, but thank God we had the most competitive economy on the planet heading into this, and thankfully had recovered almost 60% of the jobs lost by the time President Biden took office. But this threatens to sabotage that economic recovery. These tax increases really make America's tax rates worse than China's, the same as Syria and France. Not exactly the economic neighborhood you want to be in. At the end of the day, with these tax increases, I'll predict we will see a net loss of jobs and growth. We will see flatter paychecks in a second wave of businesses moving their investment, their operations, their manufacturing overseas, exactly what we reversed under President Trump's tax cuts.
And in another segment where the congressman reiterates his concerns, the Fox host Maria Bartiromo says that the fact that only the rich will pay more in taxes is propaganda. Now, I want you to be the judge. Is what we are hearing propaganda, or is what President Biden is saying propaganda? In my experience, I've found that a lot of us tend to have a firm opinion about this. Folks, you can believe what you choose to believe. For me, it's not about the red or the blue. It's about the red, white, and blue. I'm not Democrat. I'm not Republican. I'm American. But I thought the use of the word propaganda was super interesting. Let's roll the tape and check out what the Fox host had to say.
Well, I mean, look, the fact that President Biden is reversing President Trump's tax cut plan tells you that all income levels will see a tax increase. So the idea that they're just taxing the rich is just propaganda. I want to make sure that I say that, because I know this to be true. But what else strikes you about this tax increase plan that we need to focus on? What strikes you as most important here?
You know, besides penalizing American job creators exactly at the worst possible time, this is really leading us to a global race to the bottom. They are adopting the economic model that abhors competitiveness in job creation and really sort of dumbs down the economy to the lowest level. We are actually adopting the slow growth approach of Europe. The other thing is, as the president focuses on innovation, I would point out he's doing it the wrong way. You know, House Republicans have already introduced bills to leapfrog America, the most innovative nation in the world, and to make us medically independent from China. We do that through lower taxes and doubling the research and development tax credit permanently. President Biden does it by taxing American businesses and then from Washington giving out grants and innovation to their friends and buddies. That model fails. And the model that developed these life-saving vaccines and that have created such strong growth for America, the Republican approach, has been proven to work.
Yep, they called it propaganda. Just let me know what you think. Check out this article on your screen, also from Fox. Larry Kudlow, the former director of the White House Economic Council, said that the Biden infrastructure plan could lead to universal basic income. He said infrastructure is a pivotal and transformational bill, and his concerns are the way that this is positioned is it's the first step towards universal basic income in America. He said this, and this is an important quote. By the way, also buried in the plan is going to be something called social infrastructure, which will be a massive expansion of the welfare state with no work incentives. Wow. Do you think that this is going to lead to, I quote, a massive expansion of the welfare state with no work incentives, and will it lead to universal basic income? And the veteran investor Mark Mobius also sounded alarm bells. You'll see this headline on your screen. Biden's spending plan will drive investment overseas, according to Mark Mobius, and he said that emerging markets will do very well due to Biden's big spending program, basically saying that this is going to lead to companies leaving America and going to other countries and driving revenue in other countries. So folks, let me know what you think in the comment section below. What do you think of this push from President Biden? What do you think about the pushback that we're getting? Is this the biggest economic blunder of our time? Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Also, please click the like button. Please subscribe. Please enable notifications. I would really appreciate you doing that. That helps out the YouTube algorithm. Thank you so much. My name is Dr. Nitin Chhoda. Here's a little bit of information about me. You learn more about who I am, what my journey has been like, and why you should listen to me. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you think about all this negative feedback that's emerging about this bold, ambitious infrastructure plan, whether you agree or disagree with it. Let me know in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching. I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next episode of Ignition Time. Take care. Bye.